Right, so we've got an online class and we've got a recording going off here. Equipment for this morning is a chair, if you require it, a kettlebell and a Pilates ball. And that is it for equipment today. So it's nice and light on equipment. We have got an option of hand walk to start with or alternate pickups. Hand walk or alternate pickup with a kettlebell, which is that, guys. Okay, so you choose which one that you want to. I don't mind which. So we're going to go for a minute round. Okay, are we ready, guys? So choose which one you want to. Hand walk or pickups in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we're off. So we did this style of workout on Friday. And this will be, I'm going to put this down as a circuit again, I think, because you just sort of know what you're going to get with a circuit. So remember, you can either do pickups or hand walks. I'll put the 2 options in there, literally just in case you can't or don't want to do a hand walk. If you don't want to do either, sorry. Now the next exercise that we're going to do in 15 seconds time is going to be your earthquake with the Pilates ball. And time. Down on the floor with the Pilates ball. Pop it in, but don't push it in. Knees bent, and then just roll back. Hands on knees, push into the ball with the spine, and then let yourself go out there. Oh, first time exercising with some varifocal glasses on, guys. Yeah, all I can say is a good job I didn't have these glasses on sort of 10 days ago when I was feeling really dizzy. Because that would have been interesting, wouldn't it? Now the next exercise, I know I'm jumping ahead, we're going to be, so make sure that you're pushing down on here, and this should be the toughest earthquake you've ever done, guys, and you should know why it's called an earthquake. You should be getting that internal little tremor. So the next exercise that we're going to do is a leg drop. Basically with the leg drop, make sure that we always do 2 single leg drops to start with, and then it's entirely up to you if you do a double or a single. Okay, and from there, all I'm going to ask you to do is flip it up, take the legs up. Now tip and tuck and make your abs feel like they did when you were doing the earthquake. Now we've got our single leg drops. And it goes down at the same pace as it comes back up. Now, if you want to continue on the singles or join in on the double, I'm too far up, down my ball, so just lost my mojo there. Too far down on the ball. If you feel like you're going to roll off the ball, take it a little bit further up the back. I'm struggling this morning, guys, so I'm going to go back to singles. And I think that's not position on ball, that's just me being tied around the tummy muscles. So give yourself the good grace to, some days you're on it, some days not so. Now the next exercise, when you hear the bell, we're going to sit ourselves up, remove the Pilates ball. So up, remove the Pilates ball, lie back down, tip and tuck the tailbone, and we're going to go for that little march. Let's go. So we've got our little march, and again, when you raise the knee up, do it with thought, and do it keeping the spine as still as you can, and we're literally going to be doing that little march, and this should be a really tough minute of exercise. Now we've got 4 1-minute exercises. This is our 4th. Then we're going to be coming into our 20-second rounds. And the 20-second rounds are going to stay the same 4 exercises throughout. And you're going to be doing 2 sets of each exercise opposed to 1. The first exercise is going to be a burpee. The first round is not optional. You're going to do it off the chair to start with. And time, sit yourself up slowly if you're wearing new varifocals. Okay, so not an option. I want the burpees off the chair for the first round. Are we ready, guys? Let's go. So, burpees off the chair. On YouTube, I have just disappeared, guys, because my chair is right the way over there, but I'm only going to be using it for the 1 round this morning. Time. We're going to run it backwards and forwards. Let's go. So again, if you're worried about room, I've just got a yoga mat on the floor, guys, and I'm using that as my distance. Side shuffles. Side shuffle. So again, you'll have 4 exercises on the cardio, but we'll do 2 sets. You'll also have 4 exercises on the 1-minute round, but that'll be 1 set. Okay, 2 side lunges, 1 power jack. So 2 side lunges, 1 power jack. So again, there's 2 variations of this floating around, or there will be very shortly. Now, next exercise can either be off the floor or the chair. Burpees, guys. So you can do it off the chair or off the floor. And time, running. So you're going to run backwards and forwards. Should be getting raised to breath. Side shuffles. And again, just using that yoga mat for distance. 2 side lunges. 1 or 2 power jacks this time. So it's 1 or 2. Keeping a couple of exercises that we focus on. Time. Down on the floor, guys. Take your kettlebell with you. We've got chest press. Keep the back down. I'll give you the option quickly. You can either do a plank or earthquake as the second exercise. Plank or earthquake as the second exercise. Chest press to start with. Let's go again. So again, remember your tip and tuck. So like I said, it's entirely up to you whether you do the plank or the earthquake. If you're doing the plank, you can either do it on your knees or on your toes or even off the Pilates ball. I'm going to do it off the Pilates ball. Well, again, it's your call. Really can't see you. I've got to make sure my eye gaze are in a certain place with these glasses. It's going to take me, a little bit of time to get used to these, I think. Okay, choose your option, guys. Earthquake again with a Pilates ball, plank with a Pilates ball, or basic plank. I'm going with a Pilates ball plank. Let's hold it. Oh, she falls off. And again. So again, I've got a tip and tuck underneath here. So you can either do Pilates ball plank, Pilates ball earthquake, or basic plank. I don't want you doing the earthquake without the ball. At the moment, it's serving a purpose to drive the earthquake forwards and be a really potentially tough exercise. Next exercise, pullovers with the kettlebell. We're going to be doing that with the knees bent, feet flat, tipped and tucked, obviously. When you hear the bell, you line back down again, take the kettlebell with you, off the Pilates ball, if you were using it. Okay. And we're going to go into our pullovers. So I tip and tuck, and then I'm going to gently touch the floor behind me, because the expectation of touching makes it more challenging. So I've got a pullover. Oh, I asked for a hammer as well this morning, didn't I? And I stupidly haven't got my hammer, so I'm going to have to use my broomstick, which is going to really ruin my workout this morning. Now the next exercise is a commando. You're going to do one with the weight, one without, but you're going to do 2 alternate legs, and then the without one's going to be 1 double. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second or so. So leave that behind you. Line it down. We're going to go for 1 double without to start with. You ready? Let's go. So without both, and then you're going to do with right leg, with left leg, place it down, and then without both legs. Okay, so it's with right, with left, without both. Okay, so keep that going, guys. Just alter my position round. Okay. After this, we're back on our feet, and it's your burpee again, either on the chair or on the floor. Okay, back up on your feet. Okay. So, back to 20 seconds. Burpee on the floor or chair. Are you ready? Let's go, gang. So, do them off the floor or do them off your chair. You can add a jack off the chair if you wanted to. Running backwards and forwards, guys. So slightly tempered, but keep going, guys. Got an itch. All right. There we go. Itchy eye. Time, side shuffles. Now, I don't really need glasses for every day. It's mainly reading. But also, So I work off the screen now. I need to be able to see a bit better. So, side lunges and power jacks. 1 or 2 on the power jacks. If you want to, remember your levels are 2 and 1 squat, level 1. 2 and 1 power jack, level 2. 2 and 2 power jacks, level 3. Okay, back to your burpees, chair or floor. Let's go. So, for those of you doing it off of YouTube equipment, you will need a hammer as well. We've got our running backwards and forwards. So there'll be 2 versions of this workout floating around somewhere, guys. One we were wearing blue, one we were wearing yellow. Side shuffles. The one with the yellow is the one containing the prisoners. Slightly harder workout, guys. Side lunges, and your choice. After this round, I want you to grab your hammer out. Okay, grab that hammer, gang. Now, you're going to have to imagine that this is a hammer. I'm sorry, I left my hammer at the church hall on Thursday. That would be the hammer head. Right hand underneath, left hand over the top. Thor's hammer to start with. Are we ready? Let's go. So, round it goes. So keep going, guys. I'm going to go with a dumbbell. That just feels a little bit nothing-y. So this is a 10-pound dumbbell, what I'm using now. Now with this one, we're going to keep things on the right-hand side. And we've got flies with a leg drop. Right side for the hammer, or dumbbell, or broomstick. Time. Down we go. Hammer on the right hand side. You've got a fly with a left leg drop. Let's go again. Fly with a left leg drop. I think lying down on the floor, guys, is the hardest for me to get my head round. So I'm going to sit up like that to see what's going off on the screen. Otherwise, I see nada. Now after this one, when you hear the bell, back up on your feet, same 2 exercises, left hand. If you've got the broomstick and or dumbbell, it'll feel pretty much the similar. But again, that's what we get for not having all the full equipment, guys. I'm sorry out there, that sounded harsh. Okay, back up on your feet. Okay, so back to Thor's hammer. Hammer on the left-hand side. Let's go. If you've got the broomstick option, left hand underneath, right hand over the top. Dumbbell, just hold it on the ends like I'm doing. Now on the hammer, with the Thor, it'll be slightly slower than what I'm doing it, guys, because it's a bit quick with the dumbbell. I just realised that I'm going a bit quicker than what I would do normally with the hammer. There's less follow through at the base, I think, is why it's speeded up a bit. Get ready to go back down on the floor. Hammer or whatever you've got on the left hand side. And time. Down on the floor. Hammer or whatever. Left hand, right leg in the sky. Are we ready, guys? Let's go. Just going to try putting the Pilates ball underneath my head. See if that improves my vision. No, it made it 10 times worse. Okay. I'm very much on a trial with the glasses. I don't know if I'm going to stay with the varifocal or change up. Not sure at the moment. When you hear the bell, it's back on your feet. We're going back to the burpees. Running, side lunges, side shuffles. Not necessarily in that order though, guys. If I didn't give it as an option to not use the leg drop, you don't have to. Okay, up on your feet, 20-second rounds. So we've done all the exercises so far. Right, so chair or floor, burpee, let's go. Okay, so. I could have picked a lot harder exercises. Chose not to this morning. Running backwards and forwards. So keep that coming, gang. So running backwards and forwards. This camera angle doesn't seem quite right this morning on my laptop, sorry. That looks a bit better. Side shuffles. I think it's mainly because the camera on my tablet is really good compared to the webcam, which is sad, but hey, it is what it is, guys. Side lunges. You know the options now, guys. 1 squat, 1 power jack, or 2, depending on your degree of difficulty that you want to get out of this morning. These will always stay in, guys. Burpee, chair or floor. Let's go. If you're doing it off the chair, add a jack. That's good. If anyone's using handlebars at home, keep them in your hands. Thank you, you are. That's it. That's okay. Okay, and running for me, gang. If you wondered where I'd gone on the YouTube, then I was just checking my online peeps. Just because we're all using different equipment. Remember that I do a lot of offline chit chat, side shuffle to my online crew to make sure that everyone's safe and they all know what to do without me teaching 1,000,001 instructions out. It's my way of personalising it for everybody and keeping everyone safe. Time. 2 side lunges. Hey guys, we're in December. Yay! You got your decks up. No one's got decks. Oh no, Emma's, I think. We've got, so I can see a bit of shiny stuff. Is that always there? I don't think so. Time. Okay. Back to your minute rounds, please, guys. So, we've got our first 6 to do. Hand walk or kettlebell pickup. Hand walk or kettlebell pickup. Are you ready? Let's go. So it's a hand walk or kettlebell pickup. Your call. So we're now going to repeat 6 exercises, which is basically half the amount. Then we're going to stick a 1 minute, 1 round of the cardio in there, and then finish off with a 6 on the floor. After this, we've got that Pilates ball earthquake. I could be doing my hand walk faster. I'm choosing not to. Want a bit of correctness and some stretch off my hamstrings. Time. Down we go with that Pilates ball. Okay. So pop it under, push back a little bit, hold on to the knees, slide it out and reach. And again, remember the new bit is on the Pilates ball, from there about that far up from the bottom of the coccyx, and then you've got that big sacroiliac joint that I want you to be pressing down into the ball with. Now the next one is going to be your leg drops. The ball is slightly higher than what it would be normally, but that's because I'm getting you to push into it. So when we go into the next exercise, don't feel like you need to roll it further forwards, unless you do, but just get yourself in the best position. And it's going to be the leg drop, single or double. I'm about to find whether it was a position thing or a me thing. I think it was a position thing. Okay, I'm going to roll it over the ball. Arms are coming out. And then from there, tip and tuck. 2 single drops. And then go for your double if you can. No, it's a me thing this morning. Can't do the double leg drop today for whatever reason. So I'm going to be sensible and stay on the singles. So these core exercises we were doing last week are coming in and drip feeding into the second week, creating some heat. Nobody told you glasses steam up when you start getting hot, guys. That's not good. It's not going to work, is it? And time. Off the ball. And we're going to come into a little march for me. Okay. So staying down, tip and tuck. Don't start to move until you feel like you've got the best position. Next exercise. I know it's a bit early teaching the next one, but we've got our chest press next. So remember, we are really, really working hard on keeping that spine down, raising and lowering the foot with precision. It's doing what it does best down here, raining at the moment. Even with quite a bright sky, it still manages to rain down here. Time. Sit yourself up or just reach around carefully for your kettlebell to do your chest press with, guys. Make sure you're tipped and tucked. Off you go. So nice and steady. Every time I'm pressing, I'm using a downward action into my abs. So I'm sort of now relaxing it on the way down and pressing it into the floor on the way up. So we can start and get, a little pulsing action with the abs. If I've explained that okay, you'll be doing it. So it's sort of, as you push up, you press down into the floor with the spine. As it comes down, you relax it so that you can reset again. So in other words, I'm just making you continually reset. Next exercise is either going to be earthquake with the ball again, plank with a ball, or basic plank. I'm going ball plank again. Getting rid of that. Reaching around for my ball. I'm going to go into ball plank. You can either do earthquake, ball plank, or normal plank. Okay, in and hold. Now after this, we're going to just have a little interruption on the 1 minute rounds to go back to the cardio. Now, this is a very different affair from Friday. It just shows you by choice of exercises how different you can make something look, which is sort of what we spoke about after class. It's not about reinventing the wheel. It's not about continually changing things, but time frames matter. Basic exercises matter. So again, after this one, we're halfway through the 1 minute rounds. And we're going to go back for just one round of the cardio, which will be burpee. And again, you've already know that you can do a burpee off the chair or floor. Add a jack if you're doing it off the chair. But to be honest, I don't think anyone at home at the moment live is doing it off the chair. We're all doing it either off handlebars or floor. Are we ready? Burpees. Let's go. Now remember, I have adjusted the burpee for the floor to go wider, not because it's easier, but because I want to open up the hip flexors. Burpees can close the hip flexors down. I don't want to be that person who does that to you. Running backwards and forwards. Because in everyday life, we get a closing up of the hip flexors. Every time you sit down, including driving, watching TV, working, well, depends what job you've got. If I had a sit-down job, oh God, I'd go mad, wouldn't I, guys, if I had a sit-down job? Side shuffle. Can you imagine me having a sit-down job? I'd be like the most horrible person in the world, well, even more worse than I am. Side lunge and power jack. Your choice of what you do for the squatty bit. After this, down on the floor with your kettlebell for pullovers. Get yourself in the best position you can when the bell goes. Time. Down we go. So I want last 6 minutes of exercise. I'm coming into pullovers. Are you ready, guys? Let's go. So again, I'm focusing on the little touchdown behind me, keeping it close to my head. And again, that's keeping it close to my head is making my brain really think, because obviously your brain's number one job is to prevent injury. But it also makes you super concentrate on what you're doing. After this one, guys, we've got that commando again. So you're going to do 2 with a single leg and then 1 without. We're going to start with the 1 without, and obviously if you want to keep it in your hand all the way through the minute, you can, or you don't have to use it either. Okay, so I'm going to put that out the way behind me. I'm going to go for without to start with on a double leg. You ready? Let's go. So that's without. Then I'm going with, and I'm just going to do the right leg. And then I'm going to, I should have done that with. And this is a without on the double. And then it's a single. And again, I could be going a lot faster. I'm choosing to go slower. Choosing to really control that exercise. After this one, it's back on the feet with your hammer, broomstick, or dumbbell, whatever you had. And it'll be right side Thor's hammer coming up. We had no hammer in on Friday. Just leave that. Up on your feet. So grab whatever equipment. Let's go, Thor's hammer. Down to the right, over the head and down. If you've got the hammer, don't overly grip, but make sure you're not going to drop it on your silly little head. Thor's hammer, as we know, well, it's all the shoulder muscles, all the waist muscles, all your core front to back, inner thigh, ass. Okay. And like I said, some exercises stay in. Some we have dalliances with. I might bring something in. I don't like it. We'll get rid of it. Or you don't like it. We'll get rid of it. And time. Down on the floor. Fly with an optional left leg drop. Hammer or dumbbell right side. Let's go. Even though this 10-pound dumbbell is a lot lighter than my kettlebell, or my hammer, it feels certainly heavier. So this work with the 10-pound dumbbell. I've got no intention, guys, of making you spend any more money on equipment. I've been toying with the idea of saying, can you get some more weights, or can we have some more different stuff? But then I rely on everybody getting all that stuff and everybody buying into it. Or I could do some optional little videos for people that wanted to buy slam balls and heavier weights. Up on your feet for me. Remember, you could always buy a heavier kettlebell, a heavier hammer as well. Let's go. So, keep going for me. On the hammers, we've all currently got a 3 kilo or a 7 pounds. It does go up to an 11-pound hammer, guys, which is a 4-pound increase. So if you want to bump your workouts up, you can get the next step up hammer. That doesn't mean chuck the old hammer away. It just means, like, for some exercises you might want a little bit more weight, and for some exercises you might not. Same with the kettlebells, guys. Some exercises you might want a bit heavier and a bit lighter, so you could jump up to maybe a 10 kilo or 12. If you've got an 8, I would jump up 2. If you've got 6, again, jump up 2. Whatever you're working with, jump it up by 2 kilos. down on the floor for the last exercise this morning. Okay, so whatever equipment you've got in the left side, and we go flying. So this is about a 43-minute workout, ladies. And hopefully you've just all gone, wow, that time flew. If I bored you stupid, I apologise. If you were clock watching, that means I bored you. I'm sorry. But hopefully, with my constant wittering and my teaching points and my sometimes moaning about glasses like this morning, just distracts you enough, guys, to get you through whatever I may be doing. And time, gang. Put whatever you've got down. If you want some stretch, I suggest you go and find a little stretch video, one of mine or another one, you don't have to. This morning, for the online people, we are done.